presentation slot that is coming up now. The streaming revolution adapting to CTV advertising for targeted brand success. We already have our presenter here, Mohitosh Negandhi. He's a product and marketing from Freakout. So, can we have a big round of applause for him? So over to you, Mohitosh.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you all for still being here post lunch. I am guessing the room is going to be a little drowsy, so I'm going to keep it short and let's try. I'll try and increase the question answer section of it. All right. So basically, before I jump into the topic, one of the things that I want to talk about is that since morning we have spoken about multiple things like data analytics, we have spoken about AI, we have spoken about a lot of different things. But and right before this, we spoke about video advertising, which is a medium. But I think this is the first time that we are actually talking about a particular channel of delivery, which is what we have been talking about what people are watching. Now I'm going to talk about where they are watching it. And I think that is one of the things that is different from the other conversations that we have or other presentations that we have seen. So starting off, okay, right. So I don't think it's, excuse me? The presentation is being cut off for some reason. Okay, let me just go ahead with it. Okay, so basically the trends that we have been seeing and the reason that CTV advertising is something that we need to be focusing on in the coming future is because there is a lot that is happening in this direction. A lot of people have started moving to connected television, and that is mainly because their access to this kind of mediums have increased. If you see, there are some reports which have shown that over 3 billion hours of OTT have been streamed on connected TVs in in Southeast Asia since every month. Also, CTV is bringing back co-viewing habits, which is earlier, when people are watching on their personal devices, they're mainly watching it alone. But CTV is actually encouraging people to start watching content together, and it's encouraging them to come together and consume content that is something that they both want to watch, and so on and so forth. Next is the reason. So this is one of the reasons that we should be looking at CTV. Okay. CTV audiences. Okay, so what is it that we know about these CTV audiences? One, they are already, because they are choosing what they are watching, it's mostly video on demand, they are more engaged in the content that is being consumed. So the ads are definitely more effective. There is a much higher ad recall, and the surveys that we have conducted across Southeast Asia have indicated that users find these ads way less intrusive as compared to the others. The next is, why would you want to advertise on this screen? One of the main reasons that CTV is one of the more preferred, or is becoming a chosen format for advertisers to advertise on, is because bigger screens means bigger impact. It is not only a screen, it is a canvas where the advertiser can talk much more and showcase their brands in a much bigger space. Bigger does mean better, but not always. And some of the reasons that this is not always the case is that we have gone from one person watching a small television to there being multiple people watching television together. The co-viewing has gone up multifold, and the reason that advertisers love this medium is because bigger screens plus joint viewership definitely means higher impact, but not always. Sorry about that. Okay, so I've already spoken about this. Okay. Right, there are some challenges, and I'm going to talk about those challenges first, mainly because these are the ones that have been causing advertisers to uh, still be cautious when they are doing the CTV advertising. One is measurement and attribution. So measurement and attribution has basically historically not been the best when it comes to CTV advertising, mainly because there is no click. The CTV is an enclosed environment where even though the device is connected to the internet, not many people would like to leave the content that they are watching or consuming and go on to a different platform to see an ad, right? But when they see the ad, it does have a much higher impact. So the chances of the user actually retaining a lot of the having a much higher ad recall is higher, but there has not been much in terms of measuring this impact. Next is the lack of interaction. One of the main things that we speak about when we're talking to advertisers is what is preventing you from actually moving your budgets to CTV is that there is not much interaction. It's just a video playing, right? We have now become accustomed to video ads being played on mobile devices or on desktops where there is clickability, there's viewability, there can be companion ads, and there can be so much more as compared to CTV, which traditionally has been just a video that is shown. The last and the final one is fragmented markets. The CTV space is not just, is a very fragmented market because CTV traffic and CTV supply is made up of three major parts, right? There is streaming platforms, then there are OEMs, and then there are other media production houses that actually own the content. Some of them are showing it in terms of OTTs, some of them are actually showing it in terms of fast channels, etc. So it is a very fragmented market, and advertisers have to be they do not know how to navigate through these channels. Now, the innovations. And these are the innovations, the innovations I'm talking about is something that a lot of people, a lot of companies are working towards because they want to solve this CTV issue for advertisers and for the brands. One is interactive CTV. What exactly is interactive CTV? Interactive CTV is there are ads that provide users with opportunity to interact with the brands, with the ad itself, using simple controls on the remote control of connected devices or streaming devices. Along with this, it makes the ads much more immersive, right? It causes a high impact. This impact leads to much better ad recall and purchase intent. I have actually prepared some examples of interactive CTV ads. This is something that we are working on at Freakout, but yeah, so this is what it looks like. So it's not just a video anymore. There is a video with a carousel with some more information in the form of text or in form of other images. There can definitely be a QR code, and it's all bringing more information while maintaining the impact that the big screen brings. Another example is just something simple, right? It can be two videos bringing, showing different aspects of a particular product while there is a QR code that the user can scan to see a lot more. All of these are answering, or rather used to combat the lack of interaction challenge that the advertisers are facing. This last one, which is again just giving more information along with and kind of making the ads a little more fun, impactful. If there is a 1-minute ad slot in the middle of a OTT program, which ad do you think the user is going to remember? The one that is just a video, or the one that actually has something happening? I mean, okay, this is not okay. Yeah. So there are multiple ways of engaging these users. And again, as I said, the control, we don't want to make these ads too complicated. Already the user is sitting in their seats, they're watching television, they don't want to try and navigate a whole menu. But what they can do is just using the remote, go left and right to see if there's if they like a product, they can just kind of scroll through it, and it gives them a lot more information. And then they could, in their more leisurely time or on their mobile devices while they're watching television, go and scroll through and learn more about the product. Next innovation that we are looking at is AI. AI, so AI is just a tool, but what actually it is helping us do is contextualize the content, contextualize the ads to the content that's being consumed. Why is this important, right? Nowadays, we've been talking about audiences and we've been talking about affinity targeting, we've been talking about a lot of different things. However, TV viewing is a little different. There, as I mentioned before, it is co-viewing, so now you are not targeting one person, you're targeting whoever is in front of the screen. How can that be done? The only way to correctly do this is to target the content that's being consumed. Just to give you an example, this is something that I personally have gone through. That's clearly me in the presentation right there. Okay, so basically I was looking for a gift for my wife, right? Now, I was looking for a mobile phone, and as many of us do, first thing that you do when you're looking for a tech product is go on YouTube and probably look at reviews, or you look at, you go through all the features, you go through everything, okay? And I was doing that, all good. But while I was doing this, Google has already taken a note of this and has put me in a bucket that it has a positive affinity towards this brand or this phone. Next, I'm on my way back from work and I see the same ad. I see an ad for the product, but it's on my phone while I'm listening to some music. All right, it's just a little annoying, but it's nothing too negative. I just skip the ad and I move on. This is when things start taking a turn for the worse, right? Because now I'm sitting at home with my family. First of all, it was supposed to be a surprise for my wife, but while we're sitting, we see the same ad on the television. That's not the worst part. While the ad comes up, my wife actually tells me, oh, I've been seeing this ad a lot. I've been seeing this ad all day. Now that makes me think, what's happening is because Google has identified my home IP through my device, and it has associated that as my household, it is showing an ad for a product that has seen to have my affinity. Or it might be because I have signed into my YouTube account on my smart TV. Either of these cases, the ad is being shown while I'm not even around. So if they're trying to target me, those impressions are wasted. More than that, they're showing it to someone who doesn't know why they're seeing this ad. So it becomes even more annoying an experience for my wife. And while we are watching something that's related to kids or family, we don't want to consume this kind of an ad. Let's see what a good contextual ad would look like in this scenario. Because we all know we cannot avoid ads. But what we can do is make them much more appealing and much more pleasant as a viewing experience. So if we were consuming some children's content and we saw an ad for, let's say, baby milk formula or something related to the kid, right? Now, because the content that we are watching, we are already in an emotional state where we will relate to this ad much better as compared to the phone ad. Not only that, this is just one example. Now we change everything except for one fact that now it's just me and my wife and we are watching something that is adventure and lifestyle related, right? And the ad changes. In a normal situation, no kind of audience targeting would be able to help you do this, right? Unless you are contextually targeting, unless you're targeting the content that's being consumed, you would still show the same ad because it's the same household, it is the same time of day, or everything remains the same. The only thing that is different is the content that we're consuming, and this becomes a much better ad to see. Because we're watching adventure and lifestyle, we see an ad for Singapore tourism. We are already in a state of mind where we are open to travel, where we are open to adventure, where we are looking to find different places, and this ad will definitely make a much deeper impact, right? So what we're trying to say is, don't go for awareness, go for targeted awareness. Awareness in the form, awareness is something that all brands are fighting for at this point in time. But what will increase the ad recall, or what will increase the purchase intent? That's going to be the targeted awareness that you can bring using contextual advertising, especially on a platform like YouTube, where there is so much video data, video content, and most of the times the video content is the ads that we put up are being seen or are shown on music videos or entertainment content where the user is completely in a relaxed state. They don't want to consume any, or they don't want to watch any ads. The next slide is actually something that is quite funny, but we came across this and it's reality. How many of you over here like pizza? Yeah, a lot of people. However, if you were to see this, an ad for pizza, right? So you all have affinity towards pizza. But if you were to see a pizza ad in this situation, would that be a pleasant experience or a bad experience? Of course, a bad one. So that's exactly the point. Even though you have an affinity towards, or if you like certain topics or something that, or products, the context in which the ads are shown matter a lot. In fact, in this situation, you would probably not consume pizza for the next 1 week because it creates that negative correlation in your head. All right, that being said, what are the things that, let me just recap really quick. So CTV definitely helps you activate brand recall by showcasing the brand's narrative on premium channels. It helps you unlock premium audiences that are consuming content that they have chosen, so they are definitely more engaged. It helps you deliver high value impressions that are on bigger screens, better screens, in front of more than just one person, which is the compounded reach, wherein there are multiple people co-viewing, watching the content together, and it does develop a much higher impact. That brings me to Freakout. So Freakout basically has launched a new product, which is Freakout CTV. Freakout CTV just helps you aggregate all of your CTV buying in one place. Freakout Interactive is basically a ad format that helps you create interactive messaging on CTV, like the ones that you saw. And CTV GP is an AI-based platform that helps you contextualize your YouTube buying. I'm not going to spend much time on these products or on talking about Freakout because I think you all can all find me over LinkedIn and talk to me if you all are interested about this. But this is the product portfolio for Freakout. The one that I spoke about is just this, but there is a lot more that if you all want to discuss, I'm available over here. And that's basically it. So I'm open for questions now.
Thank you so much, Mohitosh. So, do we have any questions for him? All right. So, if you would like to conclude this topic in one line, so what it would be, Mohitosh?
Well, I think the only thing that I can say is that connected television or CTV is definitely going to be the next big thing. It already is where a lot of brands are moving their monies, but it's also a lot of place that is the place where masses are available and yet not many people have moved. So there is a lot of opportunity, demand and supply. So if you all want to talk about CTV at all, let me know.
Sure. Can we have a big round of applause for Mohitosh? Thank you so much, Mohitosh. Kindly stay back in the stage.
For the photograph. I request Ms. Mitali to present certificate to Mohitosh. Huge round of applause for Mohitosh.